All right. Welcome, guys, to American history. This is going to be a continuation of what you had in 8th grade. So our U.S. history class, you're taking your junior year now, is going to actually pick up after the Civil War and cover everything up through the World Wars, civil rights, up to today. I'll be your host, your teacher, Mrs. Ramsey. I hope to see you guys in class, but if you're only going to be online, if you choose that each 6 weeks, we got you covered too. In this orientation video, what I want to do is walk everybody, regardless of if you're going to be in class or at home learning. Everybody's going to be doing their work and seeing their lectures in a somewhat similar way, and that's going to be through Canvas, our integrated learning system, our online learning system. So I'm going to walk you through how that works, and I have my screen shared right now with you guys. So to access Canvas for Waco ISD, you go through Clever. You can find this on our district website. There might also be another link as well, but you need to access Canvas in some way. As teachers, we're doing it through Clever, so I'll show you that. You're going to click to log in using your Google, Waco ISD login. And once you do that, you should have access, and you'll click on the icon that says Canvas. So this should be pretty intuitive. If you ever run into trouble though, I will show you how to contact me, or better yet, somebody who is a technology expert for the district. That you click on Canvas. And once you are here on Canvas, you should have all of your courses on your dashboard. This is where it shows you all your classes. Now, it's showing you here all of my sections. So I'm just going to click on one of my U.S. history sections, but you'll have one course that says United States history. That's the one for my class. All right, so this is my first period, but for my 3rd period, my 7th period, my 8th period, it's going to say United States history. It might have a different picture, but it's all U.S. history stuff. And they should all look the same. So once you're in our class, you're going to, the first thing is go to our welcome page. And from your welcome page, let me get this out of here. Sorry, technical difficulties. There we go. Okay, once you are on our page, then you will see this little introduction. This is my 10th year teaching in general, and actually it's my 8th year here at the U at University High School. So I've been here for a little while. This is my 5th year teaching also for McLennan Community College. And I'm from Waco. I love Waco. I went to MCC first before transferring. I actually got my master's degree from a British school in London. So if you're ever interested in doing a study abroad or going to school in another country or something, you could talk to me about that. I'd have plenty to share. I love horses a lot. You'll probably see some references to that throughout the year. I love all things nerdy. I love Harry Potter. I love a lot of anime. Right now I'm really into My Hero Academia. I love Aizawa. I love history. I love the stories of the people who made our country and how we got to be here. It's a story not of good versus evil, but of different perspectives, different lives lived, and just the story of us. So that's the course that we're going to be covering. United States history. Now on our welcome page, there's this introduction, and then you see class overview. If you click on this, it's going to take you to my syllabus. You click on it, and the syllabus is kind of all the information about our class. So right there's the email you can use to reach me at. My room on campus is P1123. It's downstairs near the front of the campus. You can see our expectations. If you are attending class in person, you should be on time every period. If you're attending online, you need to be logging in every day and doing your daily work. That's how you're going to get your attendance. You need to dedicate appropriate time to learning each day. So even if you're learning online, you'd still need to give yourself like at least 45 minutes a day for US history, because that's one of the classes you're taking. And if you were in person, you would be spending 45 minutes with us. Or actually this year it's slightly longer because the periods were extended a few minutes. So give yourself 50 minutes. Check Canvas every day for new activities and announcements. Every day you need to log into Canvas. You need to check out each of your courses to see if there's anything new. Most teachers like myself will probably have it updated by week. So when you log in on Sunday or on Monday, at the beginning of each week, it should show you all the new stuff for the week, but you need to check every day. You need to also work with your teachers. If you're struggling, if you're having problems, if something isn't loading or you don't know how to turn it in, you need to email us. You need to use that email and you need to contact us so that we can remedy the situation. If you don't say anything, we don't know. You need to also submit all assignments by their due dates. Pay attention to the due dates in Canvas, get them uploaded. Now the directions on all of my assignments should say whether they needed to be uploaded on Canvas or whether they're going to be completed on an external application. For instance, we do a lot of Google Forms. That's how I check if you're learning online that you are attending class. That's for attendance plus a grade. If you're in class, you'll be doing those, and that's just for the grade part, not for the attendance, because obviously I would see you if you're in class. But those forms, they're going to be graded on Google Forms, not on Canvas. And so on Canvas, I would just give you a link and you wouldn't have to submit anything on Canvas. You would just go to the link, fill out the form, hit submit, and then it's done. Same thing with Edpuzzle. These Edpuzzle videos that you're going to be watching, once you complete it on Edpuzzle, you're done, unless it says otherwise. So just always read the directions. That's the bottom line. Let's see, and then adhere to dress code and student code of conduct. There's a link right there in our syllabus to our student handbook. Please use that if you have any questions about what is and is not allowed for the rules of University High School. Beautiful. As for supplies, you need to bring your laptop every day. If you're coming in person, you need to have your laptop. We will be using our laptops in class. That is mandatory. Make sure also that you bring a charger for it, your bag for it to keep it safe, whatever you need for your laptop. Make sure that you have it able to be charged and working every period, but especially for my class, because I don't know how the other teachers are doing it, but I need you to have your laptop in class. The other thing that you're going to need, and obviously if you're at home, you need your laptop, but the other thing is most of you, all of you, you're going to need to have a journal. Even I would recommend if you are only learning at home, you need a journal or a spiral notebook. And the reason for this is that that is how you are taking your notes. Now, if you're online and you can't get a spiral, I do have some online Cornell Notes, a template that you can use to fill out your notes with. But that's going to be a lot harder. That's going to be a lot more difficult than just writing out your notes. So I would really recommend, have a journal, and that's where you're going to keep your notes. And the notes are going to be turned in for a grade. And please listen, not only that, they're going to be a major grade for every unit. Like when we take our test, you will turn in those notes. Now to turn them in online, that means you'll have to take a picture of them either with your camera on your laptop or with your phone. And then upload those pictures to the file for the notes. And that's how you'll submit those notes. But that is a major grade. You need to ideally have a journal that you will keep those in. And that means also when you come to class, bringing that journal and something to write with. I don't care, pen or pencil. Please don't make it crazy colors. Don't make it like pink or orange or something, just blue or black ink or pencil. But bring that journal, bring something to write with, bring your laptop every single day. And that's it, pretty easy. As far as makeup work, pretty much all of our work is due at 11:59 p.m. So you don't have to worry about the times being different. Now, if you're in class, I'd hope that you would get those things done in class time, but all the assignments due at 11:59 p.m. and you need to check the due dates. If you end up turning work in late, I'm not sure how that's going to work because remember, everything is online. So there's really no excuse unless you are literally like having surgery and unconscious for a week, in which case I would need your parents to email me or to email the school that what happened, what's the nature of the emergency. So basically this year, it's gonna be very different in most of your classes. You really are gonna be responsible for turning your work in on time because there's no excuse not to. It's always online. So if you're sick, we understand. If you have to stay home because you're being quarantined, we understand. You can do all of your work online. Remember, like half of our students will be doing their work online. So you gotta get your work turned in on time. That's the end of the story. The grading. Half of your grade will come from daily assignments like your warm-up exit tickets, which I'm going to call discussion questions this year, which will be done probably, I'm thinking, on Google Forms. That's what I've started with. And the weekly assignments, the activities, the projects, little quiz grades, all those are daily grades. The other half of your grades are going to come from your major assignments like your tests, which are going to be written in U.S. history by the district and by any major projects, but also most importantly by your notes. The last test grade, I forgot, the last test grade also will be vocabulary. I do not have a vocabulary for Unit 1 because you're going to have a lot of stuff to get used to this first week or two. But starting with our third week of school, you will have your first vocabulary bundle and vocab for each unit. That is also going to be for a major grade. So the main test grades, the main major grades will be your actual unit tests done by the district. Those are called TCAs this year. That's replacing the term DBA. You will have also your Cornell notes, which don't freak out. It's going to be an abbreviated, like personalized version of Cornell notes. It's going to be very easy to do, and it's going to help your grade out a lot. And that's going to be for major grades. So those notes. And then finally, your vocab. Those are the three main ways you're going to be getting your major grades. Bathroom this year is really complicated, guys, because of COVID and because of the new restrictions in place. You really cannot be leaving class once you have sat down because we don't want a lot of extra movement in the classroom in case there is an outbreak. So once you come to class, you need to be here the entire period. So please take care of any bathroom business or getting water before you come in. That is very important because I can't let you leave during class. You know, if you have a medical emergency, make sure you have a doctor's note, and then we can, of course, accommodate that. That's a different story. Cell phones. You know, normally in my classes, I would have certain days where we needed our cell phones to do an activity, but now since every student should have a laptop, there's really no reason for you to have your phone. So I'm going to expect phones to be put out of sight. Now, if you have your phone out when you're not supposed to, which is anytime during class, I will try to remind you a few times to put it away, but if you continue to have it out when you're not supposed to, that is a direct, you know, refusal to follow directions. And we will have to go down the discipline lane and basically do all that stuff. So please, moral of the story, have your phone just put away. For tutorials, for virtual conference and office hours, if you want to see me in person to talk about problems that you're having on assignment or any issues whatsoever, you can always see me before school or after school. Now, if you're virtual, if you're only taking this class online, same thing, I still will be available at those times, 8 to 8:30 a.m., and 4:15 to 4:45 p.m., but you will need to email me and we can set up a Zoom conference. So please remember, if you're online and you need to talk to me, that is an option. I would love to help you out. I can share the screen and show you how to do something. I can walk you through an assignment. I can help you on an assignment. I can go over a specific thing in the lecture notes that maybe you didn't understand. I could do all of those things, but you have to email me that you need help and we could set up a time to Zoom, okay? And that's the email to use for me if you ever need to reach me for anything. Please use that email, guys. Any questions about anything, any trouble, use the email. And then here's the schedule of our class, the units that we're going to be covering. I don't want to go into all those right now because I want to keep this video hopefully somewhat short. I know that's a pipe dream, but the last thing I wanted to say to you guys is that if you ever need to refer back to this, remember this syllabus, this is all the information for our course, for Miss Ramsey's class, and this is under class overview. So let's go ahead and go back to the welcome page. Under online expectations, it's those same expectations that I had just shown you on our syllabus. And under office hours and contact information, you might have some useful stuff. Again, there's my email, there's my room number, times when you can reach me outside of class. And then here is a video your parents might be interested in, showing them how they can get access to Canvas to kind of see what it's like and what's going on in their student, your class. Also, here is a video to kind of orientate you to Canvas and what Canvas looks like. So please use these resources if you feel really overwhelmed and you're not sure like what Canvas is at all. Click on that, watch it, and then, you know, if you're having specific trouble, just email me. Click on that, email me. Always also use your WISD email when emailing. That will help everything. Always use your Waco ISD login. Okay, so that, and I'll also have this orientation video under the welcome page. Now for our very first day on Tuesday, September 8th, you are going to do your first assignment. And that is this get to know you. So let me actually see if I can go to a student view. So this will look more like what you will be seeing when you log in here. Let me go to student view. All right. So you will, it says, by the way, I always read the directions. Please complete the Google form and introduce yourself. Remember to hit submit when you are finished in order to receive credit. So that's all you have to do. So we're going to go to this Google form by clicking on it. You're going to put your first and your last name, just as it would appear on my roster for University High School. So I know who you are. Fill out all of these. I want to know what your favorite song is, what you like to listen to, what classes you like. Hopefully some of you like history. If math is more your thing, that's fine. I won't take it personally, but tell me what you're into. If you're in band or football or soccer or anything like that, let me know. And then what period are you in? This should be first period, third period, seventh and eighth period. Those are my US history classes. So you're gonna be one of those, you'll click. What is the best way to contact you? Please let me know. And then there you go. Your contact information, you'll say any additional contact information that is a good way to reach you. If you wanna get a copy of your responses, you could just pull that tab by clicking on it. So you don't have to though. And then make sure you hit submit and then there you go. And that's how easy our first assignment is. You fill that out, you hit submit, and you get 100. We'll start off the year in a great way, so please take advantage of that. And after you've hit submit, a little dialog box should show up saying you have successfully submitted this file. You can exit out of that and you are done. That's all you have to do for our first assignment. Now, beginning on Wednesday, that's going to be September 9th, we will start to actually have real class. So let me walk you through the rest of what this looks like. Under notes and vocabulary, that's where you can actually see the template for the Cornell notes. Now, like I said, I would highly recommend you do this in a notebook, a spiral, a journal, whatever. Do this on paper because it's going to stick in your brain better. Here's the deal with our class. United States history, your junior year, is a STAAR-tested subject. It is the only STAAR-tested subject you will have your junior year. And additionally, it is the last STAAR-tested subject you will ever have in high school, assuming you pass. And you're all gonna pass. My success rate has been amazing because I tell you exactly what you need to know in order to succeed. If you do it, you're gonna succeed. If you don't do it, you will fail. It's that easy, it's that simple. But yes, this is a STAAR-tested subject. I recommend that you do this on paper. If you're in class, if you are face-to-face seeing me on campus, you will be required to take your notes on paper. If you're online, you can do them with this template. or you can do them with a journal, but again, please try to do it with a journal, it'd be better. If you just can't, for some reason, get a journal and you're doing this course online, here is what a copy of the notes looks like. And this is what you would do. You click on it, you make a copy, and there it shows you how to do this. And it tells you, you know, cues. You would actually erase that, and then you would write, you know, the American Revolution or whatever. Remember, you could change the font to make this darker. That would probably be a good idea. I just have this light gray in there to give you some helpful hints on what you should be writing. But Cornell Notes, that's where you have the unit title, the lesson title, and the essential question at the top. You have your notes, which are in our lecture notes. You'll write them down just as they appear. Again, please, pen and paper, I think better, but you could type them in if you're doing it this way. And then the most important part, after you are done writing all of our notes for the lesson, then you will do the summary. You do not, in my class, have to do a summary at the end of every page. There's no reason for it. That's just extra work on your part. Please don't do that, okay? Instead, only do a summary on the end of the last page of your lesson. So we have our first lesson, for instance, is the American Revolution. Part 1. And then we have another video, another lecture for the American Revolution Part 2. At the end of Part 2, we have finished that lesson over the American Revolution. Once you have written all the notes for each slide in this big right-hand column, you have all those notes, then you will summarize them at the end in one summary. Now, there's no length requirement for the summary. It can be one big sentence, or it could be, you know, 10 sentences. It could be, I've had students write 2 pages for me, and I've had students do 1 sentence. It does not matter how long your summary is, as long as it fully answers the essential question. So in your first summary, it's going to tell me what the causes and effects of the American Revolution were. And how do you know that? Where do you find the answer to that question? Oh, easy, in your notes that you took. So it's very easy to do this. And the main reason why I have you do it this way is not to torture you. It's so that you will remember what we go over, so that when the time comes that you are taking the STAR test, it will already be recorded up here. You will have double access to this. So that is why we do the notes. That is how we do the notes. If you have any questions, you know, ask, email me. There you go. And again, this is for those that just can't do it on a journal for whatever reasons. If you're doing it online and you're writing your notes in a journal like this, Cornell style, you're dividing up the paper and doing it like that, you will just take a picture when you're submitting this. And you will hit submit assignment, okay? And you will upload each of those picture files for the notes for that unit, because we turn in our notes by the unit. So every unit has about 2 to 5, maybe at the most, lessons per unit. And you would just upload each of those pictures of your notes for each of the lessons and hit submit assignment once you've uploaded all of the files, all of the pictures. If you're doing it this way, then you would upload all 3 of these, and then you would hit submit assignment, and there you go, and that's test grade, okay? So that's where you're gonna turn in your notes for each unit. So that was right here. And we haven't gotten to Unit 2 yet. If you want to look at stuff early, you are more than welcome to, but this first week we're just starting Unit 1, so that's where you access those notes. And I believe our first test, when you're turning in those notes, you're actually going to be turning in Unit 1 and Unit 2 together. That's going to be October 2nd. So you won't be turning in those Unit 1 notes until the end of Unit 2, because those first 2 units are combined for our first district test. All right, and then here we go. Wednesday, September 9th, your first assignment here on Wednesday is your discussion question. And that is going to be a Google form, just like you did for your getting to know you. Your weekly schedule every week, it would be a good idea to check this out. It says what we're going to be covering this week, the keywords, the vocab, and then it's also going to tell you what assignments you have to complete that week. So for instance, our first week, you're gonna have to do the daily discussion questions, what I consider the warm-ups exit tickets. You will need to complete that get to know you form, which will take you all of like 3 minutes. You have 2 Edpuzzle videos that you will need to watch. You will need to submit a Declaration of Independence reading activity. And then this one I might take off, but that always shows you what you need to do each week. Now for the DQ, I'll show you what that looks like. It basically says that the answer is going to come from your background knowledge for this first one, but all other discussion questions, they're usually going to be a review of our previous lesson from the notes. So you will probably, usually almost always, find the answer to your discussion question in the notes you took the day before, okay? Or in the notes for that lesson. Just use your notes, you will find the answer. Your answer needs to be in complete sentences. So when you click on the link here to the Google form, put your first and last name, put your student ID, and then when you answer it, you're gonna type your response, type in complete sentences, please, so I know what the heck you're talking about. For instance, our first discussion question asks, what ideas do you think America was founded on? Life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness usually is what people, you know, kind of tend to think about. But let's say you just put life and period, and that's your answer. I'd be like, what are they talking about? Life, your life, my life, whose life? What, whose life? How is this an idea? America's founded on life. Explain, okay? Give a complete sentence. By giving a complete sentence, you're already giving a little bit of context. Instead, you would say, America was founded on a belief in life, liberty, and you know, you carry on. Now every discussion question answer needs to be, and this is not like the summary where it just has to answer a question. This is very specific. Every discussion question every day that you're doing needs to be a paragraph. Now paragraph is basically 3 to 5 complete sentences. If you want to have it longer, that's fine, but at least 3 sentences minimum, or you will have points taken off. Now, additionally, once you're done, you will hit submit. There you go. It's easy. That's all you have to do. Some of these discussion questions, I add videos. So if you need a little bit more review than just your notes that we covered, you'll also have a video there to help you out. Always play those. They're usually very short and they're very informative. But hit submit, and that is your discussion question or your warm up and exit ticket you have every day. The other reason why these discussion questions are so important, like I've mentioned, remember, is that these will be how I count attendance if you are only attending our class online. If you do not do these discussion questions each day, you will be counted absent. Make sure you do them. Now for the rest of this first week, again, let's go to the week 1, okay? For the Edpuzzles, let's look at that because that's gonna be a daily thing. This is where you will watch a recorded version of my notes for a grade. Remember also to write down your notes in your journal as you are watching the video. That is very important. Your written notes, done Cornell style as described in the video. So I've kind of gone over it, but also in your first video, it will review how to take your notes. Is going to be a major grade. Remember, every time we take a test, that's a big unit grade, just taking those notes. Remember to take the notes. To access the video, you're going to click on the link to our Edpuzzle assignment. Remember to log into Edpuzzle with your WISD Google login. For every single thing that we use, you're going to use your same WISD login. Watch the video all the way through and answer the questions as they pop up. When you are done, there's no need to do anything else. Your grade is recorded. I've got it. If your score is not as high as you would like, below a 70 is considered failing, email me and I will reset it for you. But that's only until the due date. So if it's due at 11:59 on a Friday night and you say you want it reset at 11:55 that Friday night when it's due, I'll be like, no, you don't have enough time to watch the video. So give yourself enough time to not only do the Edpuzzle, but potentially redo it if you're not happy with your grade. I will not reset Edpuzzles after the deadline has expired. And that was what I was just going over. So this Edpuzzle class code, you might not need this if you log in with our class and you have the link, but I put it there just in case. So if you want to add our US history class on Edpuzzle, that is the class code for it right there. You could just copy and paste it. It's there for you. But we click on the link and then you will press play. And that is our first lecture video. And if you're coming in class, what I'm thinking about doing is that if we have a class that has most of the people attending in person, then I will probably, give these lectures face to face, maybe some days, or I might just have you watch it on your laptops, depending on how many students are there, what we work out. If you are attending online, this is the only way to get the lectures, and you must watch these. They're for a grade, but these are for a lot of grades, for both in class and for online. That is, let me exit out of this. That is right here, okay? So let's go back to the main home page. All right, so that's for Wednesday, September 9th. You can see there's your assignments there. For Thursday, you'll have a discussion question. That's what DQ stands for. You'll have your Edpuzzle video, and then you will have a Declaration of Independence activity. So let's click on that and see how activities work. This is a Google document. You're gonna have to click on the link. You're gonna read through the information. You're hopefully gonna watch the music video, which I really like. And you're gonna answer the 5 questions, typing them in the assignment to complete. Once you finished it, you're going to upload it here, submit assignment, and you are done. Now remember to email me if you're having questions or difficulties. So let's see what this looks like. Okay, you make a copy. That way you're not all typing on the same document, because that would be a mess. And here's the assignment, and you'll read through this. Watch the music video, it's excellent. And then here's the questions. So if you've read through that and then you read through the text of the Declaration of Independence and you've already seen our lecture videos where I kind of go over this, you should be able to answer question number 1. Okay, number 2, number 3, number 4, number 5. So that you'll just type those answers in and see you can do it like that and then type in your answer. Okay. Remember to always answer complete sentences. It's just 5 questions, so it shouldn't take you that long. And once you are done, remember it saves automatically. What you could do is you could copy and paste the link to your assignment, okay? Or what you could also do is when you hit submit assignment here, choose file. There should be, oh, here it is, Google Drive. So you'll hit Google Drive. Now I'm masquerading because I'm using the student view, but you should be able to select your documents from that right there. I don't have access to all the student functions since I'm the instructor, but this is where you should be able to choose the assignment that you just completed. Now, if that doesn't work, you should also be able to just paste in that URL that we copied and then hit submit assignment and submit it that way. So there's multiple ways to submit it. Just make sure you get it submitted, okay? I'm going to go ahead and get out of that. All right, and I think that's most of it. So remember these activities you will be submitting. It'll tell you in the directions that you need to submit it on Canvas. The forms and the Edpuzzles, you're just submitting forms. You're doing the Edpuzzles on Edpuzzle. And you should have access to the next week until we get there. But that's going to be a very similar format, and that's basically how our class is going to operate. Now, I know this orientation is a bit long, but I hope you watched it all the way through so that our class will not be too confusing, but I anticipate you guys probably will have questions, so please email me. And then hopefully I get to meet and see some of you at the Meet the Teacher night tonight. I'm filming this on Wednesday, September 2nd. And then hopefully I see a lot of you when you come to class next week after Labor Day. If I only see you online though, I will have a Zoom up, and that Zoom is going to be under welcome. And I'm going to be putting that, I'll have this orientation right here, and I'll have the Zoom link down here. And that will be where you can always access to meet me for a Zoom, probably during those conference hours before and after school that I mentioned. All right, and that is it. Thank you guys so much. I look forward to meeting you. Bye.